And yeah, good morning, class. For today, we will be working on the last topic for biodiversity. I'm really sorry for the confusion for the last time. Yes, there is an assignment for topic 4B, and there is a Dropbox there too. So please upload your assignments there. For those who haven't finished their assignments, please work on your assignments. I'll be emailing you and your parents regarding those assignments. Just to follow up, and you know what? If you want to improve your grade, just hand in those papers, right? Because I want you to get good grades. For today, we'll be looking at saving biodiversity using biotechnology. I will be posting a link on your news feed on how to access that video. It's about the Atlantic sturgeon. So please check your news feed for the link. You'll be answering some questions here, and you know what? Um, just try to answer the questions while you're watching the video. The two important things that I want you um, to get from that video is like what is bottleneck and what is founder effect or founder's effect. So it's about trying to preserve the population of Atlantic sturgeon. So please watch it and try to answer the questions here. And the next one, so we'll be talking about biotechnology today. So biotechnology is a process of intervention to produce more desirable organisms organisms has been going on for some time. So um, just to give you examples, but we before we go to the examples, I have two areas of biotechnology will be artificial selection and genetic engineering. So basically, for artificial selection, it's different from natural selection. Natural selection, you just allow the animals to just choose a mate and then for them to reproduce. Artificial selection is when there's human intervention in order to produce the traits that we want them to produce. Say, for example, like in one of the provinces in the Philippines, we have a my friend of mine is giving me an adult chicken that is 6 inches tall. So basically, it is a product of artificial selection. So they're choosing the smaller chicken and then breeding them to produce a small one. So that's artificial selection. So that's different from natural selection. So again, artificial, there is human intervention. Then genetic engineering is basically we are using the genes in order to create the traits that we want. So just to give you an example here, okay, artificial selection is a process of selecting and breeding individuals with desirable traits to produce offspring with desired traits. Why do they do this? Well, look here. Which of the 10 corns here will you buy? For snacks this afternoon or something. Like obviously you will not buy these things, right? Because they're not appetizing, right? They don't look delicious. So like here, so you have this set of corns here. So obviously you want the corn to be longer. You want them to have more kernels. So that's why they did this. Farmers, like, believe it or not, for corns they look like this at the beginning, so you have more skin covering, more of these instead of the kernels right now. So what they did was, when they get something like a corn with a bigger husk, or corn with more kernels, then they will use the seeds from that corn in order to eventually produce this. Okay, so bred by First Nations uh, people, no, that's people from a species of grass called Teosinte. Okay, so corn. So just an example here. So you have this, right? And then for when after harvesting the corn, you will see different heights, different thickness and those things. So you will just use the desirable ones, like you will just use the seeds of the desired size of the corn. So like this one, and then you continue to do that until over time you will have this. It will take time. It will take time. It's not like an overnight thing, but it will take time, right? Because you're waiting for nature to take its course and somehow produce the traits that you prefer. Another example would be mustard here. So it started from here, and now it becomes leafy, right? And then can be, and so like if you will just look here, you have different types of products coming from artificial selection. Um, Say for the dogs, right? So artificial selection can be done by humans for dogs too. So we they all started here, and then you would just look for, oh, I want a smaller dog. So you get the smallest one, you breed them. Oh, you know what? I want something with longer hair. So you will choose among the batch the one that has a longer hair, and then and so on until you produce a dog that is small but has a long hair. So like those things. Okay, so that is a product of biotechnology. So we have two areas, as I mentioned before: artificial selection for plants. One is cloning. Okay, so let's say, oh, this is the type of plant that I want. I want the characteristics. It's sturdy. It produces good fruit. So what I will do is cut them and then plant them again. Okay, or produces good flowers, cut them and then plant them again. Okay. Um, and another one for cloning plants would be extracting the cells from the seeds, and then after you extracted the cells, you allow it to become a seed, and then you plant them after. So that's the faster way of producing seeds from plants with desirable traits. Okay. Artificial selection is also not only for plants but for animals too. In this case, you have artificial. So this one is artificial insemination. So basically, you're getting the sperm from the male and then inserting the sperm to the female. So like this guy here, what he's doing now is inserting the sperm the sperm from the male going to the female. Sorry about that. And then this guy here. So, Mr. Cruz, why does this cow look so different? Well, they're looking for the cow that has the most muscles. Okay, and then get the sperm from those cows and then insert them to the female until they produce babies with really massive muscles like this. So look at if you will look here, then you will produce cows with more meat, lean meat, right? And they're saying that they are really good type of meat, right, coming from cows like this. Next one, another process for animals will be in vitro fertilization. So it's basically well, in this technology, sperm from a prize bull and eggs from a price from price cow, like a female, are harvested from the animals. So in the laboratory, the eggs and sperm are placed in a petri dish, and then the eggs will be fertilized. Now, when it's fertilized, that's the time that they will allow it to incubate, and then they will insert it again to the ovary, and hopefully it will become a living organism. So like in some countries, it's like for humans it's going to be it's very costly. There are countries that it will be free, like Scotland, it's free. But for like most Asian countries, it's not free. Um, you need to pay huge amounts of money, and it's not always successful. I know friends who did that, and after three tries, they still are not successful when it comes to that process. So but still it can be an option. Maybe for animals they have higher success rate, but for humans maybe it's a little lower. um, so those are examples of artificial selection for plants and for animals. Now, for another biotechnology is genetic engineering. So any technology that directly alters the DNA of an organism. So it allows us to control the characteristics of an organism. Okay. I'll give you an example. Like tomatoes that usually tomatoes after a day they will start to rot. The quality is not that good. But you will see now tomatoes that can last for 2 weeks. There are tomatoes that can withstand. They produce toxins for insects that will eat them. So obviously they are free from attacks from insects. Genetic engineering techniques involve inserting a gene from one species into another species. If you've seen episodes of Big Bang Theory, you will see that one of the episodes there, Sheldon has a glowfish. So basically, what they did is they took, the genes um, from jellyfish that produces light or bioluminescence, and then inject those genes to the fish's genes, and now they have glowfish. If you will go to Petland or PetSmart, you will see those glowfish. They're pretty expensive, $10 to $13 each. Um, Examples would be bacteria producing insulin, because since bacteria reproduce quickly, they are good vehicle for producing insulin. So instead of us waiting for animals to produce them and then inject them to humans who need them, we'll just produce bacteria that will produce insulin. Glow in the dark fish, I've mentioned that already. Plants with toxins to kill insects. So like this solves a lot of problems, because for when insects attack plants, obviously that will be less production for farmers, more cost for farmers, right? Loss of income for farmers, and so this is a good thing. Antifreeze for salmon. So think of the benefits, right? Think of the benefits. You can breed them. You can allow them to spawn even maybe even during winter, right? In cold water. So now what I want you to do is to watch on YouTube. So please type this: the goats with spider gene and silk in their milk. Okay, just type this, then you will see that video. So how do you feel about genetically altering a species from its normal state? So what do you think? Right? What do you think? So in this case, because the goat is producing milk with silk. Okay. So what do you think about it? Do you have any problems with that? Are you okay with that? Why is it not practical to use spider farms to harvest silk fibers? So instead of goats, you will try to produce a lot of spiders to harvest silk fibers. So would that be possible? Right? What are various uses for goat silk? Why would goat silk be effective for each use? So think about those questions. Okay, has anyone changed their opinion on how they feel about genetically altering a species? Is silk producing in goats an acceptable use of biotechnology? Now think about this. If you're a goat, will you be okay with that? Right? Now, so this will be the last slide. Now let's look at the benefits and the risk. So obviously, the benefits will be higher and faster yield for farm products. Again, you will have more products because they are resistant to um, attack of the insects and those things. You're getting the desired traits for certain organisms, like for example, glowfish. And then, well, there is a risk organisms, because you are producing them with the same genetic material. So basically, they are genetically identical. So in this case, they are more, and we've studied this before. The lesser the variation, the more that they are susceptible to disease. So in this case, organisms that are genetically identical are more susceptible to disease. Now there is an assignment for this one. Stay tuned. I will be making another Dropbox for this. We are done with biodiversity. When you come back after the break, we will be working on. You will be looking at quizzes, and you know what? Maybe if we still have time this week, you will have like a practice quiz. So we get to practice how to you know write a quiz using D2L. I'm gonna make a tutorial for that one too. And for now, this is the end of this unit. Congratulations, you did survive. Okay, we'll see you, and hopefully this will be over soon. Just continue to pray for one another, and I hope you and your family will be safe. Feel free to email me, message me, uh, using Google Hangouts, and email me if you have questions. God bless you all.